So not only do we have the mid-year freakout tag, apparently there's also the quarter-year crisis tag that I was unaware of, but I'm all here for it. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Justin here, and in this video, I want to do my, quarter-year crisis tag that I just recently became aware of. I saw Anya do a video, and her channel is Well Traveled Books. Definitely go check her video out for that. I first saw her do it, and then I looked it up, and apparently this has been around for like 2 years. And for some reason, well, I guess last year I was barely on BookTube, so yeah, apparently this is like one of the ones that like slipped through the cracks for me that I've just never done and stuff. And anyways, I just wanted to do it because I kind of already did a video kind of similar. I did my quarter 1 stat one, which was kind of a weird video for me. I'll leave a link to it up there and stuff. It goes a little more detail on like the numbers and charts and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get into it. So this tag was created by Rosin's Reading. I'll leave a link to their channel down below as well. And let's just get started with question number 1, which is, how many books have you read so far? And I'm not going by exactly March. I guess would be like, the end of March would be exactly a quarter, but I'm at 37 as of right now. Question number 2, have you already found a book that might be a 2024 favorite? And if not, what was your favorite book so far? Yeah, I definitely haven't found like what I would consider like a all-time favorite kind of book. Nothing super earth-shattering or mind-blowing. Quite a few decent-ish books. This has been like kind of the year of like, there hasn't been really any great flops yet, but there really hasn't been anything just like that just like just knocks it out of the park or anything either. I think my highest rating is like 4.5, and I'm pretty like lenient too. So I had a bunch kind of like all tied at 4.5 and stuff, but if I had to actually pick one, it's going to be How to Be: Life Lessons from the Ancient Greeks by Adam Nicholson. And he's actually written quite a few different kinds of books. I read his Why Homer Matters a while ago. This one was also really good. And he's got a couple nature ones like Life Between the Tides and The Seabird's Cry that you'd think I would have read the nature ones by now too as well. But this one is just kind of, it's got just like the little thinnest hint of like memoir, kind of like personal life vignettes in it. But it's just kind of going back as he's sort of sailing around the Mediterranean, like kind of around the Greek islands and like the Turkish coast where a lot of the ancient Greek thinkers started. And he kind of just kind of peruses their thoughts and everything, and kind of contrasts how, I guess, thinking was before them and then like during their period and stuff where, they were actually trying to piece things together and think for themselves and not just take dogma at face value, and like I said, just trying to come up with like a coherent kind of way of thinking and all that kind of stuff. I just thought it was really good. I like the ancient Greek philosophers and stuff, so that's a huge bonus. But his writing style is just very, I don't know, it's very, what's a good word, savory without being flowery, I guess, if that makes sense. It's just really good. I love it. And I think a lot of other people do too. And he writes on, like I said, a couple different topics, so definitely check it out if that sounds like your thing. And that's what I'm going to go with, so my favorite book so far this year. Question number 3, any 1-star book reviews or your least favorite book of the year? Yeah, I don't think I've ever in my life given a 1-star book review. I've given a couple 2 and like 2.25 and stuff, but that's super rare. So maybe like 1 or 2 a year, if that. Yeah, like I said, I don't think I've had any just absolute flops yet. But I'm going to go into another one in a little bit on, I guess, one of my more disappointing ones. But yeah, nothing cool, nothing like absolutely terrible. So I guess I'll skip 4 for now and go to question number 5, which is a book that was surprised you, or a book that surprised you. And this is gonna be kind of like a surprisingly, kind of more just like a surprisingly disappointing. And this is Sweet in Tooth and Claw: Stories of Generosity and Cooperation in the Natural World by Kristen Olsen. And with a subtitle like that, I thought I was going to learn all about different like partnerships and symbiotes in the natural world, whether that's like I don't know, I guess oxpeckers on like the wildebeest and stuff, and how they're like mutually beneficial somehow, or different insects and plants that work together, or anything like that. I guess, I don't know, that was why I wanted to read the book, to learn more about that kind of those partnerships and stuff. But it was all just kind of vague I guess more big picture partnerships, like, you know, just like the soil as a whole was kind of like a chapter, and it's like yeah, but it just didn't fill the, like, it's not wrong, it just was, like I said, it was just a little too abstract. Like the first chapter was a little bit promising, with like kind of the mycelium networks between fungi and trees and different plants and stuff in the soil. I thought that was pretty good, and I was kind of hoping we were going to kind of go into that a little bit more, and it just didn't. Like, for example, another chapter was just kind of like your microbiome in like pretty much all animal bodies, and I was like, it just wasn't exactly like what I was looking for. Like, it's like I said, it's not incorrect, it was just, I don't know, it just didn't do it for me. Like, I wanted something a little bit more broader than, you know, just how humans are able to live in the environment because of different plants or animals, and, you know, acellular organisms, or not unicellular organisms like bacteria and stuff. I don't think acellular organisms, that doesn't even make any sense. But anyways, like I said, it was just a disappointment without being bad. Number 4, your most read genre so far. So as of right now, it's neck and neck. I've read 11 history-ish related titles and 12 nature-ish related titles, and then a whole bunch of kind of like other, well, I guess there's probably about 10 Warhammer, but maybe 8 or 9 Warhammer books, and then a couple of philosophy-ish books, and like one like language book and stuff. But anyways, neck and neck between history and nature, which pretty much is how it is all the time. But technically, nature has one book advantage as of right now. Number 6, a 2024 release that you want to read but haven't yet. Alright, so when I found this out, like a couple weeks after it came out, and I think it was right before I started the channel, so I haven't actually mentioned it. And this is actually, I very rarely buy books new. But next time I go to a bookstore, a new bookstore, or a bookstore that sells new books, which isn't very often, just because like the nearest decent sized one is 3 hours away, unless I want to go to another country and stuff. We have Children of the Northern Forest: Wild New England's History from Glaciers to Global Warming by Jamie Sayan. And oh my gosh, just look at the cover with the links on it. But it's just about literal New England animals and like ecology of like New England and stuff. And for those who don't know, I live in the middle of absolutely nowhere in the North Main Woods, basically. So yeah, I love this kind of stuff. Yeah, definitely gonna be trying to bring more nature stuff. I think that I'm gonna bring that up in question 7 as well, or question 8, I think. But yeah, this one just looks really good. Kind of just a natural history of the area I live in. And yeah, just you can't beat, like, you know, moose and black bear and lynx. I have a video, I have to find it. I do have a video when I was driving, and I somehow saw a lynx like walking like through the tree line in the woods on the side of the road and stuff. Just super cool. I don't know. I got pictures for those in Historathon. Like, you've probably seen like my pictures that I posted about like moose and black bears like on my deck and stuff. So yeah, anytime learning about my native wildlife is just a good time for sure. And yeah, it came out apparently in January, so this is one I want to pick up a physical copy for. Alright, number 7. One goal you've made for this year that you're succeeding at. And I think a good one for me is consistency. I told myself I can't go more than, I think it was 2 weeks without doing a video or content or something. And I think the longest I've gone so far is like 4 or 5 days since I've started back up in February. And I'm notoriously bad at consistency, like really bad, like terrible. Like, I've gone on hiatus, I think 3 different times during my booktube journey of like several months at least minimum. So I feel like I'm in a good place, and I feel like I'm able to spend time and energy doing videos and watching booktube and participating in events and making videos, actually doing them on, like, you know, something of a schedule. So yeah, I feel like I'm doing really good this time around for that. And then number 8, one goal so you need to focus more on. So it's not really my fault per se. I guess I could have done more, like, I can't actually really do snowshoeing videos this time around. There wasn't really enough snow, but I've wanted to do outdoor videos dealing with like gardening books, field guide type books, outdoorsy books and stuff like that. I haven't done any yet. It is something I do want to do. I am putting a greenhouse together, hopefully tomorrow. So maybe that'll, once I do that, maybe it'll give me like an impetus to, like now that I'll be able to start gardening in the next couple weeks. I don't know. I live in zone 4, so we might get a snowstorm here before the month's out. So we can't garden until May. I think that'll give me a good impetus to start doing that. Like I said, if you have any ideas of what you'd like to see for things, I was thinking of different, like bring back my literary nature walks, where I just kind of talk about bookish writing type stuff while I'm walking and everything. But also I have some ideas for like gardening, maybe field guide stuff, things like that nature. So yeah, we're definitely going to be bringing that back. All right, and with that, now I'm going to go ahead and tag a few people. These are 4 booktubers that I don't think I've ever tagged before, but you should definitely check out their content. They just got really good personalities, great content. A lot of them do a little bit of nonfiction stuff as well. But yeah, here we go. We got Pat over at Book Chat with Pat, David at David Novak Reads Poetry, Faceless Book Reviews, and Ashley over at The Untrained Librarian. So there you have it. Definitely go check out their stuff. And this was the quarter-year crisis book tag. And I'm still gonna be doing the mid-year freak-out one. I think I did that one my first year. That one's been around forever and ever and ever. But yeah, let me know how you feel about how the first quarter has been going so far for you. I feel like I said, my reading is maybe a tiny bit above average, but usually that slows down a little bit. In this, where I live, like the winters are just like long and cold and dark, so like you just stay in and read and stuff. So like during the summer, I'm usually like out a lot more, and that kind of cuts into the reading time a little bit. Actually, audiobook time generally goes up, but it's not enough to kind of like compensate. But like I said, I'm still a little bit above normal. But anyways, I'm going on a tangent after the video is done. Whatever you end up reading, read victoriously.